Okay. Okay, I hear you guys loud and clear. You want to do bounce animation like me? Because I'm such a W. But yeah, you guys have gone crazy about having a bounce tutorial. I mean, look at how many comments I actually got. Can you guys chill out? I said I'd make one soon. See, I'm just so on point. But enough yammering. Let's get started. So I expect you guys to have your rigging done. So let me just do that real quick. And heads up, I will be teaching you the 3 ways I do bounce animation featuring, Amber? Man, I don't know. And if someone is going, wait, the first one isn't bouncing, that's just swaying. Oh, aren't you smart? I figured I'd be nice and teach you how I also do sway animation since I'm just cool like that. Anyways, okay, so you have your rig, you have your keyframes and pivot points ready, and you want to start changing the pose to what you want it to. So I'm going to start moving Amber's right arm in front of her body with this expression. She looks like she's getting freaky. Anyways, then change the pose to what you want it to move back and forth with. And yes, you can use swinging oscillate effect, but you could just go to Kuna's channel for that. But for me, I'm the real deal. I use this graph. And if you don't know, I like to make things flowy. Like this arm, for example. So I like to make the hair flowy, moving back and forth a little slower than the original graph. I'm bad at explaining this part, so just watch instead. And heads up, you can always do it your own style. You don't have to do exactly mine. And there it is, my goofy Amber looking freaky. Moving on. And now I use this graph a lot, as you can tell from most of my videos. And like I said, I like to make things flowy. And with the hair, I put the pivot point at the very top of the hair and squish it a little at the end for some extra detail, whilst making it a little slower than the original for some physics. I like to make the face move up and down, going a little slower than the original beat if it's on a different layer. And for me, I'm going to use a random beat, so don't reference it to any song, I swear! Anyways, continue watching since I'm bad at English. We don't talk anymore. Now, for the moment you've been waiting for, you're gonna learn how to do bouncing and swaying together! Now, for the bouncing up and down, I move the body up and down, and I don't use graph for rotation, since that's going to be for the swaying. And I know people will sometimes just use a straight up bouncing graph, but I never used it a lot, because I never really liked the style. But for the swaying, you want to be a little slower than the original bounce. I don't know how to explain it, but make it slow enough to make it look like it's matching up. Here, I'll use this square, for example. So if I use this bounce, I'd use this sway for them to match up. Back to Amber. For the hair, I like to make it rotate and squish it at the same time. So like I said, I like making it a little slower, rotating with the swaying graph, and squishing it with the bounce graph. Also making it a little slower than the original. And same with the face, if you have a different layer. I move it up and down with the bounce graph and make it a little slower. And with a little motivation, voila! You have your animation done. I hope you found this tutorial, helpful. See, I told you I'd make one. Now you can stop spamming me for a tutorial, you ungrateful little... Just kidding. But, wait, don't go yet! I have an announcement! And Mom, Dad, please, 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 don't get mad at me. I've been working on this for 2 months. Please, I'm begging you! But my announcement is that I made a Discord server. Wait, no, I'm sorry. But yeah, I made a Discord server. But yeah, in fact, I've always wanted to have one later on when I started my channel. But I'll just give up since I had no motivation to. But this time I did it. And if you're wondering why it took so long to make one, yet announce one, was because I was scared of my parents for being mad at me for using Discord again after previous events. But this time I'll do better, and all my great friends will help me take care of it, hopefully. And shout out to Lucid for helping me make the server and being a co-owner. I love you so much. But yeah, hope you like the video, but when you join, please read the rules. I'm begging you. But yeah, that's the end of the announcement. Get out. Leave!